Hey guys, welcome back to Our Vision Farm. Today I'm going to show you one of the downsides of free ranging some specific type of animals on your farm. Here is the culprit right here, which I'm going to show you what bad thing he did. That is Buddy, our cow that we are raising for meat. So he really shouldn't be doing things that make us angry because his day is coming soon. He's about 12 months old now. Usually a meat steer you want to process around 16 to 24 months. I think people wait till. But he's about 12 months. I think we're going to do it at around 18 months probably because he can still grow up a little. But let me show you what he did at first and then I'll continue to talk to you guys. So as you've seen in our other videos, you remember how we had our meat chicken set up with the Premier One fencing, the solar powered one, and then we built those little hoop houses to keep them in, but the fencing is what's really protecting them from predators. And Buddy decided to chew on the wire of the solar powered battery charger. So I had noticed that the fence did not have any power to it because I saw him eating grass really near it and his nose was touching it and he was pushing on it to try to eat the grass on the other side. So I asked my husband to check it with his little wire checker or the voltage meter thing, and it was not working. And then he figured out that it was because he chewed on this wire. He tried to cut it and patch it up and then re-tape it, and that did not work. So I guess hoping that it's an easy fix, that we just have to replace this ground wire and get the thing working again. This is a Premier One fencing. It cost us over $400 with shipping to get this whole system set up, and it's what was keeping our meat chickens safe from predators. So now now they're pretty much exposed to any predators getting them. Hopefully not in the time that it'll take us to fix this thing. I decided to go ahead and remove all the netting just in case he was going to start chewing on the netting itself next, since he noticed that there was no more charge to it. I'm pretty sure he got popped by that fence a couple times before, but now that it's not working, I was afraid that he's going to start chewing on that, and definitely don't want to lose the fence because that's probably one of the expensive parts of the whole system. We bought everything as a kit, so it came with the netting and the solar power charger. So he also started chewing on the tarp, as you can see. So now we have to replace this as well. I don't even know how he did all this. Maybe scratching himself on it, but he tore all that up. So now not only they're not protected from predators, they are also not protected from rain until we can get a new tarp. The other hoop house is not being used for the meat chickens right now. I actually put our laying hens and a couple roosters in here. And these have been fine for about a month. No predators have got to them. She's in the mom right here. She's even been laying eggs. And nothing has tried to get to them at night. You can see the cow also chewed up on this a little bit. So fingers crossed our meat chickens will be fine for a little while until we can get everything fixed back up and working. But these have been fine for, I think, about a month. And we haven't noticed any predators. They haven't had electric fencing around them. We've just been using the electric fencing for the meat chickens. So I'm hoping that nothing is going to get our meat chickens until we can get all that fixed. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys that. I'm going to go back to where Buddy is. We've only raised one other meat cow in the past, and we butchered him at about 18 months, and we did it ourselves right here in our yard. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that with Buddy because he is a bigger breed of cow, and the first cow we did was smaller and he was hard enough to do already because they are just so big and so heavy, and we don't have a proper like holster to raise them up on. So the idea at first was to use a butcher for him, but I am not sure if we're going to be able to do that. He's 12 months now. I'd like to get him fattened up and a little bit bigger, maybe 18 months. I don't think we're going to wait till 24 months, especially if he keeps doing bad things like this, today when my husband gets home, we're going to put him all the way in the back over there, the little pen that we had made when we were putting them in the backwoods to clear out our land. He's just gonna go back there. We're going to hay feed him and feed him probably some grain just to get him a little more fattened up. He is a Holstein cross, and Holsteins aren't really meant to be meat cows, but we just got him. He was cheap. The dairy farms usually sell the male Holsteins really cheap. So, and it's just for our family. We're not selling it or anything, so it's going to be enough to feed our family for at least a year. So buddy, you need to stop misbehaving because you are being raised for meat, so you shouldn't make your owners angry. But yeah, his time is coming soon anyway, not just because he ate our fence. But we're gonna put him back there, hay feed him, and then just keep this area for the sheep. They're doing a pretty good job of maintaining all this trimmed down, and the cow doesn't have much to eat over here, so we're just gonna have to feed him hay and feed him grain and get him to gain more weight that way. So that is a big downside with animals like cows, sheep, goats. You do not want to have anything that you don't want to get chewed on or swallowed or destroyed, anything valuable. Sometimes it's better just to keep those specific animals penned up in their own areas, in their own paddocks, because they will get to anything and everything, especially keeping them around here, like where your house is, and you have machinery, lawnmowers, anything hanging around. You always have to be careful. Not only they can destroy your expensive stuff, but they can get hurt if they chew on a wire that is electrified. I'm not sure if he got zapped by chewing on our solar powered wire, but if he did get zapped, it wasn't too bad of a zap because he's still here with us. But yeah, you can lose animals like that. You can lose animals by them getting tangled up in certain things. And so you always got to be careful and mindful of that. Almost like baby proofing a house. When you have a newborn baby and it's going to grow into a toddler crawling around everywhere, you want to animal proof your animal areas. So we're not going to be free ranging him in the front yard anymore. We're not going to free range him back here just because there's not enough for him to eat either way. I want to keep this for the sheep. So what we're going to do is put him all the way back there and then switch him, kind of like we were doing with the sheep, switch him to the backwoods and up in the front during the daytime. That way he has enough forage to eat. He has enough space. It won't be so much of poop cleanup for us, because if we just kept him in that pen, we would have to scoop up the poop every other day, and that way he has all that space in the back that is already fenced in, so the poop will kind of spread everywhere. So that is the update for today. Sometimes it's not always good updates. Sometimes the animals make us angry, but it is a part of life, and things happen. They don't know what they're doing, so you can't really blame them. You can only blame the owners. We should have thought about that before putting him up here, so it's kind of our fault. And it's a good thing he didn't mess up anything too bad. If he would have chewed up on that net, that would have been a way bigger loss. I think we can get that thing fixed by just replacing the wire, so it's not too bad. I'm just hoping that nothing gets to our meat chickens in this little bit of time. So I wanted to give you guys that update. Thanks for following our channel and our little farming journey. One of these days before this week ends, I do want to get these gardens cleaned up so I can do a little farm tour for you guys and show you guys everything that's growing right now in October in Florida. So until that video, I'll see you guys in the next time. Thanks for watching again.